So hello all of my viewers. Today I, Surya, is going to share my opinions about Akaza versus all the hashiras in Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a really popular anime and manga series written by Koyoharu Gudube. So today I am about to share my opinions about Akaza versus all the hashiras. So first of all, the first hashira is Shinobu Kocho. Now, Shinobu is a really strong hashira. Not gonna lie, but her feats against Upper Moon 2 Doma are not that impressive. And we get that Upper Moon 2 Doma's personality that he often lies a lot. As seen that he says that Shinobu may be the fastest hashira, not even the fastest. That shows that Doma is a liar and he is a unreliable narrator. Now, therefore, Akaza, even without his base, was able to combat Rengoku from Mugen Train arc quite efficiently, and his reaction speed was also quite magnificent. As even when his momentum was going down, he took two steps backward and dodged Rengoku's attack, and that's a very good, that's really a good feat. So Akaza, even without his compass, wins against Shinobu low difficulty. Now the next hashira, Tengen Uzui. Tengen Uzui is a really strong hashira, no doubt. He was able to combat with Upper Moon 6 Gyutaro very efficiently, but he never gets his full potential. He never gets the Demon Slayer mark, the transparent world, and many other ramps that the other hashira got. And so, a holding back base Akaza is still more powerful than Upper Moon 6. So, and Tengen also had difficulties in reacting to Upper Moon 6 many times and had to be saved by Tanjiro. So, that puts base Akaza, even without his compass, above Tengen. That's why base Akaza, even without his compass, wins against Tengen no to low difficulty. Now, Mitsuri. Mitsuri is a very strong hashira, not gonna lie. She has direct scale into Upper Moon 4, and she is a very very strong hashira. She not that smart, but still she's a very strong and fast hashira. But Akaza with his compass was able to go bar for bar against a Mark Gyu in Infinity Castle arc. And according to my opinion, okay, in my opinion, I think Infinity Castle arc Akaza was slightly holding back against Mark Gyu. And why do I say that? Because once Gyu slashes Akaza's neck, Akaza gets serious for some second, but after that, when he notices that he is able to defend himself from Gyu's attacks, he takes him lightly and smiles all the fight. When he was fighting against Margyu, he was always smiling and giggling. He was not conversing with Gyu, but he was always seen smiling. When Gyu slashes his arm, he was still smiling. That implies that Akaza doesn't care that Gyu is slashing his arm. He only cares when Demon Slayer reach their necks, and he always gets serious when Demon Slayer reaches their necks. So that means Akaza with his compass is above Mark Mitsuri, because Mark Gyu is above Mark Mitsuri, and Mitsuri and Gyu showed very impressive feats than Mitsuri. That's why I think Akaza with his compass needle can beat Mitsuri medium difficulty. Now, Rengoku. We all have seen in Mugen Train arc that Akaza with his annihilation time was able to defeat Rengoku, and therefore Akaza beats Rengoku at low to medium difficulty. But that doesn't mean that Rengoku doesn't have any relativity to Akaza. Rengoku has low end relativity to Akaza. So now Gyu. Gyu is a very strong hashira, no doubt. But in the Infinity Castle arc, we see that Akaza, while fighting with Akaza, he loses his stamina and gets fatigued. And also, Akaza's attacks were able to hit Gyu and deal and was damaging Gyu a lot. And that's why I have Akaza over Gyu medium difficulty. Now, Obanai. Obanai is implied to be faster than Mark Gyu and also has unpredictable attacks. That I agree. But the main thing is stamina. His stamina is quite similar to Mark Gyu. And so, stamina is related to everything. So even if he has more speed and more unpredictable attacks than Gyu, he may not be able to beat Akaza. And the main reason is his stamina. Even if he even when we see that when Akaza doesn't realize that Gyu's speed has increased, that was like an unpredictable attack for Akaza, but still he was able to dodge that attack and was not getting beheaded by Gyu. That shows that he was able to dodge an unpredictable attack. That's why, in my opinion, I think Akaza beats Obanai at high difficulty. Another thing is that in the Sunrise Countdown arc, Obanai doesn't get to fully use see-through world ability. That's why I am not including see-through world ability in his kit. That's why I have Akaza over Marked Obanai high difficulty. Now, Muichiro is a very talented demon slayer. He was able to become a hashira in only 2 months, and therefore is a top tier hashira. I know he has insane reaction speed because of the see-through world ability, and also he has insane strength. He's a very powerful hashira, no doubt, but his attack speed feats are one of the worst in the Demon Slayer verse, not gonna lie. I really like Muichiro, but his attack speed feats are not up to the mark. His attack speed feats are even below base Sanmi, not even Mark Sanmi. And Akaza can amp his attack speed feats with his compass needle ability. So, in my opinion, and also compass needle, if Muichiro tries to confuse Akaza with his 7th form or anything, Akaza has his compass needle, and Muichiro doesn't have the selfless state. Therefore, Akaza will be able to sense Muichiro's battle spirit presence in the mist and able to figure out his location. And also, Muichiro has low attack speed. Therefore, he may not be able to attack Akaza efficiently, and Akaza may even able to dodge Muichiro's attacks. And Akaza's afterglow fate is quite impressive. We see-through wall Mark Tanjiro, even with self-less state, was still getting injured by Akaza. And this afterglow attack was blocked by Mark Gyu. And still, see-through wall Mark Tanjiro with self-less state that makes Akaza's attacks not magnetized to him, but still he got damaged. Therefore, I have Akaza over Muichiro high difficulty. Now, Sanemi. Sanemi is a really powerful hashira. He has his Marichi blood, he has a Demon Slayer mark, and breathing techniques are very magnificent. But I have Akaza slightly over Muichiro. Now this may be debatable, and this fight may go either way, but in my opinion, I have Akaza over Sanmi extreme diff, and the main reason is that his head regeneration. When Tanjiro beats Akaza, he tries to hold his neck in attempt to survive decapitation, and hence he was able to survive without his neck, and that is quite implied because of his survival instincts. And every living organism in this world has survival instincts. So obviously, Akaza, who doesn't want to get defeated by other Hashiras, will always attempt to do something that will help him to secure victory. So, if Sanmi beheads Akaza, he will be able to regenerate his leg. And in chapter 176 of the KNY manga, we see when Kokushibu, the upper rank 1 demon, regenerates his head, Sanmi gets mentally shocked. He was like, oh no, this guy is able to regenerate his head. Oh no, what will I do? Then Gyomi, the strongest hashira, had to motivate him to fight Kokushibu. So, hence, in my opinion, Akaza extreme diffs Akaza extreme diffs Sanemi Shinazuka. Now, my opinion may be controversial, but I have this. And I don't think Akaza won't be able to regenerate his head even when his head is cut off from the base of his neck because of his survival instincts. His philosophy states that he hates weak people and he likes strong people, and hence most likely he won't accept to be portrayed as the weakling and or a defeated one in front of his opponents. So I don't think he would accept defeat as a weakling, and therefore Akaza beats Sanemi extreme diff. Now Gyomi. This fight is the most debated fight in all of Demon Slayer. People think Akaza can beat Gyomi, but I absolutely disagree. Gyomi is the strongest hashira of the current generation. He was able to block Muzan's blood demon art with his stone skin technique even in his base form, and that's legendary. He was also able to trick Kokushibu by manipulating his blood flow to throw off Kokushibu's precognition, and that's an absolutely mind-blowing IQ, battle IQ feat that Akaza surprisingly doesn't have. Now you may think head regeneration can save Akaza from Gyomi, but it's not. Because in chapter 176, when Kokushibu attempts to regenerate his head, Gyomi figures it out and alerts Sanemi that Kokushibu is trying to regenerate his head in chapter 176. And hence, I think Gyomi, with his mark and his see-through world, will be able to beat Akaza at low to medium difficulty depending on head regeneration. So this is my opinion about Akaza versus all the Hashira. If you disagree with me, it's completely fine. You can share your thoughts and comments down below. And shout out to DARKWORLD and Jasonstarprime for inspiring me to making this video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.